Okay, now I'm thinking we're recording. So hello, waving here. It's Riikka from Finland today with you, and I apologize for my voice. It's a bit funny. I'm sounding very sexy, says them, but I'm sounding like Bonnie Tyler, or in my own opinion, I'm sounding like a teenage boy. So bear with me, and let's see how this goes. So this is the project we're doing today, or my sample project. So we're doing a bit of resist and some watercolor effects with distress ink, adding blooms and making a two-tone embossing for the title. So let's get started. Just move this away. So here's the background. Again, 7 Dot Studios, and this is from the Lost and Found collection. And let's start with the resist. As that photo was concentrated here, maybe I'm doing this the other way around, like a mirrored version. So, of course, this would be a bit faster with some else kind of stamp. If you use a background stamp, this will be a lot faster. But I kind of like the text in here, and also like that it's typed. Everything script. Those kinds of stamps are really versatile. This one is from a stamp set from Finnabar. So I'm using just Versamark, any kind of watermark ink or embossing ink will do. This is just to get a resist kind of pattern in the background. Like always, I'm not using any acrylic block when I'm doing the background. Just there and one there. Okay. And then we're adding the white embossing powder. It can be clear also, but as I'm not using any gesso here, like no, for white, this can be the white part in my layout, because there's usually something black, something white in my pages. So I'm just covering it with the embossing powder. Oops, there's a few mistakes. Let's get rid of those. Probably my fingerprint actually. And then let's waste none. That one. And then let's heat it. Any color of powder will do for the resist effect. You can use color it once, like blue or green or whatever. I'm just using this, like I said, to add the white touch in here. Where you are. Done. So now we have the resist there. Then let's make the watercolor effect. For that we need an acrylic block. Yeah, not for stamping. Some distress inks. I have cracked pistachio, pick of feathers and squeezed lemonade, but of course you can use any colors. Then we need a water mister. Yeah, it's old Tedder Angels bottles, but it's water in there. So what I'm doing is taking the distress ink pad, adding it to the acrylic block, then some water and stamping, like so. And then you need to clean your block between the colors. Of course, if you're using this kind of color scheme that I'm using very similar colors, that's not that big of a deal. But if you're going like green and red, if you don't clean your block, you end up having a round block, and that's not nice. A bit more water. Of course, you can add the water here too. It seems that it's not. Yeah, that's the effect we want. It's like going all squishy with the block. Video froze. Okay, are we on froze? I'm hoping. Hi John, yes, it's Riikka today. Whoops. Anyway, I want to add the water to the block and not to my hand. And as you can see, you can't really get too precise with this kind of technique. It's kind of having a mind of its own. So if you're trying to get a blob there, the chances are that you're getting a blob some completely different place. That's what makes it fun for me, but if you're not a messy person, you can always use, for example, a stamp, like large stamp, and do something similar, because then you have a certain area that will just add the color and not like go all around. Shall we add a bit more? Maybe with the big feather still. Just a few touches with that. And this was a bit darker. Let's add a bit more water. Flop. Okay, now there's the splatter. That's okay. Because the next stage is actually when you have the overdue. No, it's not overdue. Well, the color in here anyway. You can pick it up with a water brush, or then just add color and make some splashes. Yeah, splashes are my thing. No layout without splashes. I'm kind of liking that arch shape it created there. Of course, you can try to create those kind of coffee marks or that kind of stuff. If you ink your bottom of your coffee cup and then add the water and then press it down. Yeah, I get all the times well, for example, like this. It says mustard seed here, but the squeezed lemonade is the cover. So I've messed it up too. But it's a good thing that there's markings on both sides, so you can get colors right. So I thought I was using squeezed lemonade, but it was mustard seed after all. By the way, are we out of focus? No, very good. Sorry about that. Okay, let's continue. You can dry it right now if you want to, but as it's just paper, there's no gesso, so the moisture will just absorb to the paper, so it's relatively quickly workable again. So I can just add the stamping on top, and again going around, I'm putting my photo here, I'm thinking. So again going around the area of my composition, and this time I'm using the messy stamp. This is one of my absolute favorites, and the watering can ink, because I thought that the black ink would be too harsh on this page, so a bit more delicate with the contrast. So going around with that. And let me just add the pencil. I'm hoping I'm not tearing the page because the paper is wet. But if you have attended the previous ones, you know this one. Just some pencil doodles. And if you are new, let me just say that if you're like drawing a circle, it's going to look like you draw a circle. So if you're afraid to draw, just close your eyes. Sorry. Close your eyes, or then look away and make the circles, because the outcome is completely different. It seems I'm losing my voice, but well, hang in there. So now we have the background ready, and it's been 12 minutes. Yay! So next step is to add the photo and the layers. Somebody sometimes asked me about my photos, so this is the way I usually print them out or get them printed. It's a 10 by 10 in centimeters, so well, that's about 5 inches, I guess. No, sorry, 4 inches. And then I cut the picture out of it there. And why it's like this, because I sent my photos to be printed, so they only have 10 centimeter size. So I need to like add a lot of white around it, so I get a smaller photo. Sorry. Okay, now for the layers. Maybe I use the same papers I used there. The paper pad is from Prima. It's coffee break with lovely colors, like the colors I used from the distressings. So there's like turquoise, yellow, and of course white is always good. Sorry. I'm otherwise okay, but my voice ain't okay. It's just hard to, like, I'm going to lose it soon. But luckily we have lovely Terhi here, who will then explain what I'm doing if I'm completely lost with my voice. So let's cut a few pieces of pattern paper here. You can always like remove these if you want to, but depending how you layer them, probably they won't matter if they are still here. So let me try to show you all the pieces. So there's one a bit bigger piece, and then these kinds of smaller ones. And as that's there, I need to cover that one up. example with that. Sorry. It's a bit too long. Like that. So let's get it a bit short. That one there. Maybe some yellow. Well, yellow there. That one. Oopsie daisy. How did I have it? Nope. Like that. That one there. So as you can see, I'm just layering the papers on my hand. With the photo, so I have something like this. And then I lift the photo up, still pinching the layers together, and then using the stapler to attach the layers, sorry. And let's see if everything stuck. It seems okay, so then we add the photo. For this step, I usually like to use the foam dots because that creates some dimension. There's a lot of shading going on. I love that. Need to check it later though. Yeah, I'm loving the stapler. Before I had the stapler, it was just a bit awkward because I was doing a layout and then it ended up looking completely different because I couldn't remember how the layers were. So nowadays it's really easy. And let's add the cluster to the layout 2, again with foam dots. And as you can see, I'm not really like sticking everything down. I'm just using a few dots here and there. So far, my layouts are holding up. There's nothing falling apart. But of course, if you want to use more, you're welcome to use more. My only hint is not to add anything too close to the edge. So if you decide later on that you want to tuck something underneath, for example, if I would love to have maybe this here or just peeking through here, if you have all the way to the edges the adhesive, you can't really put anything underneath and it looks kind of funny because then it doesn't look so layered. So if you add just a bit of seam and then like add tape all across, so that's better because if you want to change your composition later on, you'll be able to do that also. So next thing, moving towards the blues. In my material list there were a lot of material starting with a royal, I have no idea how to pronounce it, Ménagère, maybe. Well, this collection by Prima, because they were all the blooms. These are from 3 different packs. So there's one like this, which is called Diana. And then there's Mary. And then there's Beatrix. how to put these. I'm loving that flower, so in it goes. Oh, in the photo, by the way, it's me together with Andy, Swedish hard rock singer. He sings in a lot of bands, and I love his voice, so it was a true pleasure for me to meet him and give him the altered guitar body thingy I made using one of his bands called Taudarod songs as my inspiration. And now it hangs in his studio, so I'm quite flattered. And a couple of those there. Wanting something small-ish there. What about that one? Let's try that one. Like so. And that flower there. And then just a couple here, maybe. As you can see, I'm not a very flower person, though. This is the hardest part for me, to arrange the flowers. That I'm going for this like horizontal style composition. Yeah, I'm thinking that's good. So let's glue those in. Tucking that one a bit under the photo for a more layered kind of effect. Of course, if you want to be, I'm guessing the word is frugal, and you're tucking, for example, the bloom like half away underneath the photo, you can always cut it in half and use the both sides. And now you're wondering why I'm keeping the wires here. But I just had a thought when looking them there, just that I staple them there just a bit closer to each other. Let's make them quite straight, or straight-ish at least. And hopefully I'm getting them straight. Oh yeah, it's okay. So there we go. Sorry, again. Blow my nose, sorry. So now we have a mixed media background and the ready flowers, and to my eye it's not completely coherent. The colors go well together, but it's something missing. So in with the inks already, and with the water brush, is here. So the tiniest detail can make all the difference. So if it just, I'm using my water brush and the already colors that I had in the background, and just adding a few touches of my own to the blooms. Of course, it would be better if the bloom would actually be dry at this point, but so that makes them more like unique, because you have treated them, they are yours, they have your handprint on them, and also it brings the background colors to the blooms. So just a teeny tiny touch of the yellow there, maybe. Just picking color with my brush, and then depending how much of the water I'm thinking to use, then just squeezing, like so. So now we have the blues fitted for the page. And then we still have a couple of more details, but let's do the title first. So let me just move this away for a while. And let's look at this page, because I'm hoping, let's see if I can focus it then there. You can see it's two-toned. It's kind of ombre looking thing. So let me just grab those. Where did it go? So what we do, we ink the whole wordlet. This is by ScrapFX chipboard. It says life is measured in moments, which to me it's a really nice thought, because that really is how it is. And then now I need to be careful, because first we add the first color, just like a halfway, and now comes the important part. I'm trying to be really careful not to sprinkle it all the way, and when you're lifting the like chipboard piece up, you need to lift it this way, because if you do it the other way, you end up having the powder all over, and that's not going to be two-toned. It's going to be yellow all the way. So just the other part, and then moving on to the other color. And why I'm doing this like this and not like inking the half, embossing it and inking the other half, because to my eye this blends better, because there's no the layers are of similar thickness, because you're working with the same ink already. If you ink the other half and then emboss it and ink the other half, you're bound to have the embossing powder like 2 layers on the seam. Then you are much more careful than I am. And this way you only have just 1 layer of embossing powder all the way. So the seam will be actually like ombre, will be very, how do I say it? It will blend. No. And whoops, this way. I'm hoping you can see it. The seam is really not that like a straight line, but it's more like an ombre effect. Then let's bring up the layout again here. And there's the remaining embellishments. So, whoops. Maybe that's the way to put it. Just a bit underneath the flowers to make it all blend in. And then, I'm not sure if I'm using both in this page, maybe just one. Although I must say, this is not the everyday for me. Meeting him, but still. It was really cool. We actually went to an art museum together in Stockholm, where I met him, and chatted long about arts and crafts and music. So it was a lovely afternoon. Okay, let's glue those in. Okay. Didn't want to close it anyway. Like so, and then the flare button. Tacky glue won't stick because the flowers are wet, so I might need to glue them afterwards again. Oh yes, okay, it was really like, I'm intrigued by inspiration, so because I'm a visual person, so it was really fun to talk about a completely different kind of inspiration with the music. So a few like epoxy stickers, or what are these called? Ding, ding. Maybe because there's like a cluster. Maybe I'm getting this cluster a bit moving there. Yep, and then just that one. Dot dot. Maybe one, just more. Just one more. Just one more. Like that. Okay. Then, well, I used the golden ones in here because it was about family. But I'm really thinking I'm not adding. Well, let's see. What do you guys think? Should I add the gold or not? Let make you decide. Now I'm staring at the chat and looking if you discern me. Oh, sorry. No gold. Yeah. Okay. Let's not add these. But it would be like these glimmery glitter pieces. Yeah, I'm feeling it will come too crowded because this is a smaller photo. So if I'm adding the huge letters here, it's just too much. So let me trim the manufacturer strip away and then do the last step. And we're finishing really early today. So like that. I noticed something about size of layout. Yes, you can do any size. There's a couple of different sizes for albums if you want to store your pages in an album, but otherwise there's no limitations. I've tried the letter size, I've tried 6 by 12, I've tried 6 by 6, 8 by 8, but I feel most comfortable with the 12 by 12 nowadays because it gives me enough, well, playroom to do my thing on the background and still leaves space, open space, so it doesn't come too crowded. So the last thing, let me just show you from the ready part, because when I had the page at this point, it seemed it needed a bit something, so I punched holes in it. A bit scary, yes, but it made all the difference. So for example, for this place, let's do a hole here. And this is a fish scars, circle punch, but of course you can use any shape or any manufacturer or size. I just love that size. And a couple of these smaller ones. And so I'm just actually punching holes, so I'll already lay out. Please don't be too scared. And maybe one here. Because then it has, the layout has this kind of diagonal thing going on. And heavier in this part because the main composition is here. I'm trying to explain why I do stuff I do. So now let me see if I still have any of the colors I used. Not the yellow one. Okay, let's not use the yellow one then. Maybe we go with the white one. Apart. So again, from the same paper pad, then just cutting a piece, and it goes underneath here. You can use glue, you can use double-sided tape, you can even like tape it in there from the wrong side. But let's not use glue, so get it ready there. So just adding glue around the circles to get the piece really sticking there. And then lining the edge. Like so. Just a little fun detail to make all the difference. And now I have extra there, so let's just clip apart because then I can use it here. Again, just a bit of glue. And lining the piece. So it's all about using the same materials to keep the layout like looking cohesive. So I think we are ready. Yeah. So let me just show you the first page. Let's move the teacup away so you can all see something. This is the first page I did. And this is the page I did now. I see a lot of chatting going on, but I need to like copy that to a file and then read it afterwards. So let me just say a huge thank you for all coming, and thank you for bearing with my voice. Luckily it held, so it wasn't a silent movie kind of thing today. And if you have any questions about the project or the like products or techniques, just give me a mail or message me in Facebook. And well, yeah, thank you for coming, and let's see each other again next Monday. I'm thinking we have idols then, and Monday after that we have lovely Terhi. And don't forget to like add your name to the giveaways on my and Terhi's blog with the countdown for Christmas. So yes, thank you and bye.